Hello, my beautiful Virgo creators. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. My name is Stephanie. Blazer the Morky is in the other room right now, but I am here with your April monthly reading, and we are going to look at your overall energy first. Then we're going to take a look at this lovely Celtic Cross spread that I'm dropping right now, and we'll close it off with a special message for the Virgo collective. Always keeping in mind these are general readings. Take only what resonates and leave the rest, Virgo. Stay tuned at the end where I will make some special announcements about Creators on the Crest community and how to get involved. So let's get into your reading though. Let's pull your overall energy here from the messages from your animal spirit guides. So what animal wants to speak to Virgo for the month of April? Ooh. Oh, and also we are celebrating Aries season. So I've got the Aries shirt. Happy birthday to our Rams out there, always pushing through for us. Very happy birthday to Aries. Okay, now you got the Roadrunner, Virgo. Keep your sense of humor and don't think, Virgo. No, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. Yeah, you get to be a little more lighthearted, a bit more on the move, maybe, Virgo. Lighten your load a little bit, perhaps. Let's take a good look at these energies here. We'll go through it once and then we'll get clarifiers for each of these positions. In your current energy, looking good. You got the Magician. Your magic is online, feeling good, feeling powerful, feeling aligned with the elements. But Virgo, there's a little bit of emotional energy here with the Five of Cups. A bit of regret is challenging you right now. Maybe looking back at something. For some of you, I feel like you maybe felt like you ran out of time to do something. Maybe time with loved ones, or wishing you wouldn't have worked so hard, or wishing your priorities would have been different. So a little bit of an emotional challenge here for you. We'll get some clarifiers to see if those energies aren't shifting or what might be going on there. But you may be feeling that in your emotional energy field. Maybe the anniversary of losing someone, or there's just that general feeling of, man, I wish I would have spent my time better doing something. In your needed focus, you got the Seven of Wands, a bit of competition coming up for you. Maybe a little competitive sports or a board game or something like that might be kind of fun for you right now. Some trivia. You know, we're supposed to be keeping things lighthearted and having a bit of fun. Competition can be a little challenging at times, especially if it gets too cutthroat. And sometimes competition gets a bad rap, but the competition I'm feeling for you is more of a fun-loving, let's just kind of have fun with this. Let's play a game, right? Let's play some cornhole, or, you know, go play some cricket or something and just have a good time outdoors, maybe would be really good for you. In the past position, you got the Seven of Swords, deception. I'm sure glad this is in the past. It feels more like a manipulative, cowardly energy. I think there might have been a lot of controlling energies that you've dealt with in the past, things that just didn't feel good or things that made you feel small. Maybe some of you felt quite put down by somebody or insulted even, is what I get for some of you. So some of you have dealt with some of that. Now looking to the future, so as we look ahead in April and beyond, you get the Page of Cups, creativity. Your creativity is coming online, Virgo. I love it. I think you're probably getting inspired with some really powerful, fun ideas that you should actually bring into reality. I do feel a sense of, it's very novel, it's original, it's fun, it's relatable. Whatever you're coming up with and whatever ideas you're getting and downloads you're getting for this month, I would roll with it. It feels really good to me. In your position of embodied empowerment, you get the Three of Cups, community, Really good month also for you to be hanging out. Since you're doing the trivia, you're having fun, you're doing puzzles, you're playing chess. You might like chess because you're very analytical, right? Or you're playing a competitive sport of some kind. Really good opportunity for you to come together in community. I feel like you have a good position amongst friends or amongst some community group at this time. Friends, family, community. That is looking really healthy for you, and it makes you feel embodied and empowered. Maybe you're leading the way somewhere. You're showing up somehow. So for your support and allies, you get the Page of Wands, enthusiasm. This is really good. This is like people around you getting excited about what you're doing and supporting you and being your cheerleader, cheering you on, having that community show up and say, yes, Virgo, we want you here. We like you here. We want you around. We appreciate your energy. In your current environment, you have the Four of Swords, a little rest and healing going on, maybe from that challenging emotional energy of perhaps missing someone or feeling that regret. So there may be a bit of downtime that you need amidst all the fun and keeping things light, right? So finding that balance for yourself. In your hopes and fears, you get the Nine of Cups, pleasure. You want to feel good. You just want to feel good doing things. You want whatever competition you get into to feel good. You want your creativity coming online to feel good. You want to feel good about your friends, your community, the things that you're building. You just want to have a good feeling. At the same time, there's a little part of you that fears that it won't feel good. Like you're always in service to other people. So there is kind of this, is there enough in it for me that I feel good doing it? Do I actually have fun doing X, Y, Z? And if not, how can I redirect my energy? Because the last thing you want to do right now is get more into the regrettable, because you're already feeling regret towards something. Now, in the potential outcome, you have the Ace of Pentacles, prosperity. So some of these ideas and these downloads and these inspirations that you're getting could turn into something quite lucrative for you. So I'm liking what I see there. For others of you, it could be a change in commitment to your health. Maybe you regret not eating healthier earlier on, or not quitting caffeine or sugar or alcohol sooner. Maybe you're having a little regret relating to your own personal health, possibly. Virgo is a sign all about health and personal health and well-being, right? And so I like the outlook I'm seeing. I think you're making some changes, and I think things are turning around. You just have this little bit of regret to clear out, regretful energy that kind of keeps you in a sad position. Let's look at the Magician here. Ooh, my goodness, some interesting energies here. So you got the Seven of Wands and the Fool. Now you have the Seven of Wands, the competition card, in your needed focus, and here it is again in your current energies. That tells me you're already focusing on what you need to. You may have signed up for that, intramural sport event where you're going to participate in something. You may have made plans to have a fun outing with people. Maybe you're going disc golfing or mini golfing or something like that. Taking the leap really feels good here to you. I do feel like you're feeling your manifestation powers of possibly even attracting in the right crowd of people for you or the right circumstances. Those are heightened right now, those manifestation powers. So it feels good. It feels good. Now, I will say the character in the card looks a little disgruntled here. At times, it could feel like when you run into maybe more cantankerous energies, moody energies, or just people not being kind just because they're in a bad, pissy mood. I do think that might get you down, or that might set you back. Right now, it feels good to be around healthier, lighter, fun-loving people for you. And so you may not want any of that other energy around you, especially while your heart is tender and you're dealing with this regret. Let's see what we get for that and how you might be able to clear it out. Okay, whew. We got the Page of Cups and the King of Pentacles. There you are, Virgo, in your energy of the Pentacles there, in the mastery of your sign. I am really liking the Page of Cups as being an energy that you put toward the emotions. Sometimes when we dive right into emotions, especially as earth signs, I have a Taurus moon. Now I have a Cancer sun, so that helps me navigate the waters. I think right now it's just important for you with this regret just to be very curious about that and asking yourself, this is making me feel a certain way. Try not to attach judgment to it. Try not to attach any kind of label to it, but don't deceive yourself in the sense that you do feel a certain way. If you can get a little more curious about it, I think that's going to open up your creativity because you have the Page of Cups here again in the future. So these challenges are opening up things for you, and it looks like you are going to master the actual transmutation of the emotional regret energies that you're feeling at this time. Let's look at this Seven of Wands in your needed focus. Like I said, you're probably already focused on it since it came up in your current energies. You got the Hierophant and the Nine of Swords. Authority, empowerment, and at the same time stress in the mind, in the mental space. There's this energy here, Virgo, where it feels like at times you feel like an outsider in the sense that you have an authority, a mastery, and a leadership quality, a traditional view around having fun and being competitive, but in a fun and healthy way. And I think you get troubled that other people don't. Other people don't. And it's when the fun and the competition turns to cheating and deception and, low blows. You're not into that kind of energy. And so you may have experienced some of that in the past, and in your mind, you're making the distinction. I do think you're still going to show up for competition now, but in a different way. For those of you who may be competing for like a job, you're applying for a job, it's so important that you stay grounded in these energies of authority, in knowing that you have the power, that you have the knowledge, that you have the leadership to be able to hold the position. The Seven of Wands is about holding a position. And I gotta say, I pulled this Nine of Swords, and then I can feel the energy like annoying me in my crown area here. It's just, you just can't understand why people don't get it. And so the things that you like to participate in are more stimulating to the mind, the body, the soul, and you don't understand competition just for the sake of competition and judgment and drama and backstabbing. That bothers you. You don't like to be a part of communities where that's happening at all. And so maybe you're stuck in something like that. Can't even be job environments are set up like that sometimes. So you may be trying to transform that. Let's look at this Seven of Swords, the deception from the past, and maybe what you've learned from it. Oh my, how interesting. What? You got the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, someone tried to offer you a poo-poo sandwich, but you're like, no, if it smells like it, it looks like it probably isn't. I'm going to follow my heart here. I'm going to move out of these energies of deception. And I feel like some of you were emotionally manipulated with that Four of Cups there by someone else. Usually when I see this card, I perceive the hand coming from the universe, but I think it may be a karmic experience or a karmic person that here, I'm going to give you love, but there were like a lot of unhealthy conditions or an unhealthy dynamic around that. And it was very deceptive. Maybe, they wanted to, but they couldn't hold that kind of energy, possibly. But it comes off as a very false and sneaky energy, and you're saying, no, as I move forward, I'm going to choose me because I need my creativity and my empowerment to be online. I want to be aligned with my heart, which is exactly the energy, the Page of Cups, here in the future. So you kind of chose yourself, rode off into the horizon so you could come back into your creativity here with this page. And it's like a fresh start. Feels like a fresh start to me. You might hear some noises of children playing and having a raucous good time out there. And that's okay, because fun is part of the energy of your reading. All right, so for this Page of Cups, you get the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Now, this is in the future position. Some of you are going to be walking away from a person, a relationship, or a job that once you loved. All right, it could also be related to maybe some of those emotional energies of regret that you're clearing out. You could be clearing out the way that things went down with somebody in the past, but it's really going to free you up to get a better vision about how you will move going forward here. I think you're going to take your time, like you like to do, to analyze, but also it comes with creative ways of navigating the information and the analysis that you actually perform. And with some of the emotional energies passing and you moving on from those, I really think this is opening up something good for you. All right, let's look at this 3 of Cups that you have here. Community felt really good. This is your place of embodied empowerment. So, oh, Virgo. The 4 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. This represents some sort of exciting exchange in a healing community or a healing program or a wellness program. I feel like you're willing to commit to your wellness and your health. You're willing to do the rest and healing that it takes to get in that position. If any of you have been injured, this feels like you're finally taking the time to tackle an injury that you've had. Maybe it hasn't wiped you out completely, but it shows up now and again. Could be like muscle spasms or something like that that have bothered you, right? And I see you taking the time to invest in that, and this puts you in a very empowered position. So if you've been contemplating putting your resources towards something helpful to you, something healing for you, I'm getting a go on that for you. Let's look at this Page of Wands. Enthusiasm in your support and allies. This would be the cheerleaders of you. Ooh, Virgo, are you your own cheerleader? Here comes that 5 of Cups again, but it comes along with the Hermit, which is your energy, Virgo. This means to me that instead of turning away from these emotional energies that need your attention, you've got yourself faced toward the pain instead of toward the cups that you can fill here that are behind you in this position. But you come in with the Hermit and you're going to shine your light and say, look, turn around, look at these cups that are behind you here. In this way, you are going to be supporting yourself. Listen, you've got a lot of energy here that would like to be expressed. I think you know that you do not want to express it during some sort of regret, grieving, emotional time. And so that's why you're showing me the Hermit here, going back inward to work it out within yourself. And that's one of your greatest wisdoms. That's one of your greatest supports. It almost feels like self-healing. Are some of you doing some self-healing kind of exercises or programs, or you've begun to heal yourself in some way? You're restoring yourself, restoring your energy levels. I love that you're showing up for yourself in support and allies, because this tells me you're not going to abandon yourself or abandon yourself to reaction through emotion. You're actually going to process the emotions, let them be okay, and find the inner wisdom behind it. So right now in your environment, you may need a little extra rest, a little extra healing. You do get the Page of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles for that 4 of Swords. This tells me you're probably working through these energies, bringing a bit of transformation to it. It may feel like right now things in your physical environment aren't lining up exactly as you want, but you're beginning to see the vision. You're beginning to see the vision for it, and you're working toward that. So the vibe I get with that is just hang on and be sure to rest when you need to rest, right? And creating a more restful environment around you where you can really relax. And for some of you, I'm seeing like a hammock. Do you have a hammock in your backyard or somewhere you can just, like one of those chairs that's like, you know, a sling chair where you can just kind of rock, or maybe going swinging, not swinging like couples, swinging on a swing set, like on an actual swing. Okay. Whew, let's not get too crazy, Virgo. All right, for the Nine of Cups and your hopes and fears. The kids are on a mission out there. They're having a blast. I love listening to them, but you're going to hear their little voices maybe a little bit in the background. Okay, so for the Nine of Cups, you get the Seven of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This is Virgo in action. This being in your hopes and fears, like, honestly, I think you're nurturing your hopes here. This is like you caring for something, growing a garden. You could have a little subconscious stuff going on, maybe connected to some of these emotional energies of regret. But honestly, it looks like you're doing the right kind of work to overcome it with the 10 of Pentacles here. You're bringing it to a completion. You're realizing that you can be happy without the thing or the person or the people that you're missing. You're realizing that you can find your own happiness and pleasure in life, and that it's your job to nurture that. A lot of internal work going on here for you, and I love that. That's that highest aspect of the Hermit card there for you. Let's look at this Ace of Pentacles, prosperity. The World and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, through all this, Virgo, you're coming to the close of a cycle with that World card. And things are going to begin moving really quickly. By the end of the month, I think you're going to have a whole new, fresh outlook on your life, on your community, on the inner work you're doing. It's very interesting that it's hitting multiple aspects of your life here, and that the internal work that you're doing is also going to build your relationship in community. I think that's amazing. And I think that's, especially if we're the kind who are more introverted and want to kind of hide away sometimes and don't want to be around people, some of that comes from the work we need to do inside of us. And I see you being able to turn your face outward a bit more rather than hold back and kind of stay hidden. You're bringing a lot of wisdom to that with the Hermit. That time is good for us. We need our time in solitude to be able to figure things out, but I also see you coming out using some of that manifestation power that's in your current energy and making things happen for you and your community, which is really, really cool. Answering the call, the time is now. No better time than the month of April for you, Virgo. The gate, the portal is open. You're willing to close out the old cycle here. I think you're going to feel a shift. Sometimes cycle changes, there's a lot of overlap, and it takes a long time to get from one cycle to another. But I think this is a milestone within the cycle change where you're actually going to feel it. You are going through an ending and you are going through a new beginning, but there's going to be some sort of delineation that you recognize in the energies. So Virgo, hang on for just a moment longer. Thank you so much for enjoying this reading. I hope it really resonated with you and that you could take some good points out of it. Creators on the Crest community here on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Be sure to check out my lives. I'm live every Friday at 10 a.m. for Frequency Friday. I usually go for a few hours and do some awesome collective readings. Come on, drop in the live chat, participate. I love the community that shows up. Whether there's one of you or 100 of you, I really make the most of those sessions. I know some of you are working. If you can't make it live, I do post the replay with timestamps. Every other Sunday, including the upcoming one on April 20th from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, I do live Q&A. You can come on, join the live chat, drop a question in there, and I will give you a mini reading. It's a power-packed hour. Make sure you come in early. The next one's going to be on Easter, or Ostara, as we say in the pagan system, right? Ostara, O-S-T-A-R-A. Look that up. It's fascinating to study the pre-Christian aspects of the season as well. So check that out. I think it'll be really powerful, and I hope you can join the live. Check out my Real Life Mages podcast, okay? It's fascinating. I interview the most interesting people who are working their magic in the world in their own unique way, and we come on, we collaborate, we see where our edges overlap and where we can benefit one another. I would love for you to benefit from those podcasts as well. The 5th episode has launched, and the previous 4 are timeless wisdom that I think you will enjoy. So check that out. Join me on social media. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. I do like to list specials on Instagram and Facebook, so keep an eye out there. Check the description below. I have all kinds of links there for you to enjoy and connect. Personal readings. I will never reach out to you. You have to reach out for those yourself, so make sure you don't get scammed or anything like that. You know, those deceptive energies from your past, right? But if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do have opportunities listed there along with lots of other good stuff. Okay, Virgo, wow, what a powerful reading. Thank you again so much for joining and participating in my channel and in these energies, and I look forward to seeing you next time.